So it's been some years since I've filmed a video here at our local beach. This is called Milk Bay Beach, and I had an appointment to drop off some documents for one of my colleagues this morning. Some are still working remotely from home, and on my way home I thought, let me just swing past the beach. It's an absolutely stunning morning, although you can see from the jacket it is winter in Cape Town. So it's well, I suppose by European standards it's not that cold. It's probably 15 or 17 degrees, something like that, but for African sensibilities this is quite cold. Yesterday was a very, very sad day for our family. We had to say goodbye to our very precious pet, Rosie, a Labrador that we've had the privilege of sharing our lives with for the last 13 years. Rosie was a gift from a friend, Graham, when we moved into our home 13 years ago, and she's been an absolutely wonderful companion to us, and also in some senses an older sister to some of our other dogs that we've had over the years. And I must say, in Rosie I experienced a great sense of joy for life, a tremendous amount of patience. We have two pugs, Rebel and Chewy, and Rosie was so patient with them, schooling them, teaching them where to lie and when not to bark, and just to be great dogs. But we discovered about a week ago that Rosie had a tumor growing in her mouth, and very sadly within about a week it got quite bad. So we were very sad to see her go. There was one thing that struck me yesterday when we were at the vet, a very kind doctor taking care of our doggie in those last moments. When she was getting ready to treat Rosie, she had to shave her leg in order to find a vein, and it was so beautiful. There Rosie was, really not feeling very well at all, and the vet took out a pair of hair clippers, and there was something so beautiful as she just held that up to Rosie and she sniffed it, and the veterinary surgeon said to her, "See what it is, it's nothing harmful." And in that little moment, that instant of sort of care and recognition of the intelligence of the animal, the vet just sort of recognized this is an intelligent animal who could be scared by something that she doesn't know, and how important it is just to show her what you have in your hand. And you could see the recognition in Rosie's eyes, and I've seen that many times before. I have a little habit. Our dogs sleep in our kitchen on their beds, and whenever I do something, whether it's making coffee or packing away the dishes, I always show them to the dogs. I take the cup and let them see this is what a cup smells like, and let them smell the things, and there's something beautiful about that. Now, just to say, I think as Christians, and particularly as theologians, there are some important lessons I think for us to learn here. The first is, I think, that we are created in interdependence with the rest of creation. There's a very important critique of some views of Christianity that show humanity to be the dominant species, that sort of theology of stewardship. And I grew up with that theology. It comes from the book of Genesis, which says that humans are created to be stewards, good stewards of the earth. The problem, however, with stewardship theology is that it places humanity at the center of creation, as if the created order belongs to us and we can use it as a resource. When in reality, there is a measure of interdependence. We belong to creation. It doesn't belong to us. And this is one of the things that I realized with these doggies that we have, is that we're interdependent. We rely upon one another. The work of people like Andrew Lindsay, that incredible book, Animal Liberation, David Clowe's work, who is an animal ethicist. This is important work for us to think about. I have a PhD student Kijung Kim from South Korea, who's working on the ways in which, in deeply Christianized contexts like Korea, people mistreat animals as part of creation. And his argument is that a general eco-theology is not strong enough to protect the dignity of animals. So yeah, this is just a short little thought, and for all of those who have lost pets over the last number of years, for those who mourn the loss of their pets, strength and blessing to you. And yeah, also just to say, I recognize that it's a complicated thing. In South Africa, one of the critiques that we've often had from liberation theologians in particular is here in South Africa, that they've said, white South Africans care more for their pets than they do for their fellow citizens. And I think that's an important critique to hold on to. But of course, these things are not binary. It doesn't mean that because we love one, we cannot love each other. So really just to encourage you today to say, think a little bit about your place in creation. Let's try not to center ourselves as the center of the world. Let's recognize that we are interdependent on one another. Let's think a little bit about the liberation of animals, and particularly those that over the centuries have become dependent on humans, like dogs and cats and other domesticated animals. And let's care for them. Let's recognize their dignity. Let's celebrate their life, and let's find joy in their lives as well. So thanks for watching this little video. I need to get back to the home office. I have a couple of things that need doing today, some online meetings and reports to write and lectures to prepare for this week. But thanks for watching the video. You can be in contact with me at Digital Dion on Twitter or Instagram, Dion A. Foster on Facebook, or this YouTube channel, Dion Foster. Thanks for watching.